Hello friends, welcome to Coding Interviews channel. Hope you are doing great. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please go ahead and subscribe. I have created bunch of playlists to cover various categories of problems such as dynamic programming, depth first search, breadth first search, binary search, and so on. And also there are several playlists to cover basic data structure related problems such as stacks, queues, linked lists, trees, graphs, and so on. Please check them out. I have uploaded the code for this problem to the GitHub repository. You can get the link from the description below this video. Let's jump into today's problem. Queue reconstruction by height. Suppose you have a random list of people standing in a queue. Each person is described by a pair of integers h, k, where h is the height of the person and k is the number of people in front of this person who have a greater height than or equal to h. Write an algorithm to reconstruct the queue. So basically we are given with a pair, right? So the pair will have two elements in it, h and k. So h is the height of the person, basically the current person, and k is the number of people who are greater height than this person or equal. Basically it can be greater or equal. So that many people are there in front of him in the queue. So k denotes that basically, right? So we are given with pairs in a array. So you can imagine that is a two-dimensional array, just like in the example, right? So we are given with this two-dimensional array where each element in this array has two elements, where first element is h and second element is k. So for example, in this input, right? So what we have to think is, okay, this person height is 7 and there are 0 people in front of him whose height is greater than 7 or greater than or equal to, actually, right? So greater than or equal to h. So we have to think, okay, there is no person before this guy who is greater than or equal to 7, right? So there is 0 people. So 4, 4. That means this person's height is 4 and there are 4 people in front of this guy. That means this guy must be the 5th guy, right? So that's how we have to understand. So here there are there is just one person before this person whose height is greater than or equal to 7, right? So that's how we have to read these elements, right? So these are h and k pairs, where h is the height of the current person and k is the number of people who are standing in front of him whose height is greater than or equal to the current person's height, right? So now we will have to reconstruct the queue. So for example, if you look at the input, right, obviously if you look at this person, the first person, yeah, there are no people in front of him, right? Assuming this is 0th position in the queue, yeah, for this it is satisfies. But for this, there must be 4 people in front of him whose height is greater than or equal to 4, right? So but there is only one person in the given input. Likewise, so here there is 7. For this also it satisfies, right? So there is only one person, right, whose height is greater than or equal to 7, it satisfies. But this one, there should be 0 people whose height is greater than or equal to 5, but actually there are 2 people, right? 7, 7, these two heights are 7. So if it was 2, then it would have been satisfied. So basically the input given is not in the right format, right? So let's go and examine the output first, right? So 5, 0, right? So that means this person height is 5 and there are 0 people whose height is greater than or equal to 5, right, in front of him. Correct. That means there are no, this is the first person, right? And then 7, 0. So there is one person before or in front of him, but what we are saying is his height itself is 7 and the number of people whose height is greater than or equal to 7 is 0, right? So these people, two of them have zeros, but the definition of k is what? Greater than or equal to h. So this 0 is in context with 7. It's not actually the number of people, but it's actually the number of people whose height is greater than or equal to the current person's height. So that is the important information there. So if we were to look at, okay, only the number of people whose height is greater than 7, right? That is one way to look at, right? So that's what we want to put here. That's why this is 0. If it is just number of people, irrespective of the height, right, this would have been 1, right? And this would have been 2, this would have been 3, 4, 5, something like that. But that is not what you are looking. The number of people in front of this person whose height is greater than or equal to this person, right? That's what the important information. So what we are going to do is, since we have these pairs of h and k, what we are going to do is we are going to sort these pairs in terms of their heights, right? So first we will use the height information to sort. So if there is a match in the height, let's say, right? So there could be a match. For example, 5 and 5 there is a match, right, in the height. 7 and 7 there is a match, right? So in those cases, what we are going to do is we will use the number of people in front of him to sort. So we will use both information, that h and k, in order to sort the given pairs. So that's what we are doing. So let's go with the same example and follow through and work out an algorithm out of this, right? So now we are going with that example and we sorted based on first height, we said, and if the height matches, we will go with the number of people in front of that person, that means k. So if you sort that, right, so obviously the smallest height is 4 and the next height is 5, next height is 6 and next height is 7. So we have sorted in that manner, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? But 5 there is a match, there are 2 things that came, right? So that means 0 people in front of him we put first and 2 people in front of him we put next. So this is a sorted array completely. So now from this sorted array, let's try to fix the positions, right? So that's what we are going to do now. So let's try and work out and see whether we can come up with an algorithm, right? So now 4, 4, right? That means there are 4 people in front of him whose height is greater than or equal to him. That means 4, right? There must be 4 people. That means this guy's positions must be 5, right? So if you say, okay, there are 4 people in front of me, that means what is my number? That is 5th, right? So from that information we can fix, okay, this person 4, 4 should be at position 5, right? So let me type the positions, right? This is 5, this is 6, right? There are total 6 people. So now I fixed the position of that person, right? So since he's the smallest guy, we were able to easily identify, okay, there won't be any harm in putting him in the 5th position, because there won't be any height greater than or equal to or lesser than or equal to him, right? All people who come before him should be greater, right? That's why we put in the 5th position. Next, now we are going to move on. So 5, 0. So that means there must be 0 people whose height is greater than or equal to this guy, right? There must be 0 people. That means what can be this position of this person? Must be the first position, right? So there must be 0 people whose height is greater than or equal to this guy, right? That means we fix him in the first position. Next, 5, 2, right? So there must be 2 people whose height is greater than or equal to this guy, right? But there is already this guy whose height is 5 also. That means one person is already there. So as per the definition, there must be 2 people, right? That means this guy's position should be 3rd. So let's fix him at the 3rd position, right? So let me move this while we work out, right? So yeah, correct. Now, so we pass through this one. Now 6, 1. So this is a tricky one. Where should we put 6, 1, right? So obviously we will have to pass through all the heights of 4 and 5, right? So basically, at least there must be only one person, right? There must be only one person whose height should be greater than or equal to 6. So where can we put? So this is a tricky situation. we won't be able to tell, right? So it can go here or it can go here, right? Since we don't know the next upcoming elements yet, so we can put it here or here. So there is not an easy way to decide, right? So for that purpose, what we are going to do is, let's try to sort the elements in the descending order, right? So we just do the same thing, sorting, but in the descending order. So what we are going to do is reverse those elements. So I already reversed those elements here and I have here, right? So now let's try to work out, right? So first ignore all of that, right? So let's say we have an empty list, right, instead of all that. So now what we are saying is 7 0, right? We are saying there is 0 people in front of this guy, right? So that means he must be the first guy, right? So put him as a first guy. Put him as the first guy, right? And next we go through this guy. So he's saying, okay, there must be one person whose height is greater than or equal to me, right? That's what he's saying. So that means there is one guy whose height is 7, so that is match. So that means we put this right here, right? And now, right, we are at this guy. Here we are saying there must be only one person whose height is greater than or equal to 6. But in actuality, in this list, there are 2 people, right, whose height is greater than or equal to 6. That means this person should go in middle of these 2, right? So what we do is take this person and put him in the middle, right? So if you look, right, 7 0, there are 0 people in front of him whose height is greater than 7, correct, it satisfies. There is one person in front of him whose height is greater than or equal to 6, right, satisfies. And there is one person whose height is greater than or equal to 7, yes, it still satisfies. We are not considering 6 because 6 is less than 7, it is not greater than or equal to 7, right? So it still satisfies. Good. So far so good. We have done 3, right? Next, go with 5 0. What he is saying, okay, I am 5, there should be 0 people before me, right, whose height is greater than or equal to 5. That means what is the position of this guy? He should go first, right? He should go first. Now, so it says, okay, I am 5 feet, right? And then there should be 0 people in front of me. Yes. So 0 people in front of him. He is also saying, okay, I am 7, there should be 0 people whose height is greater than or equal to 7. Yes, it still satisfies. And he is saying, I am 6, there should be only one guy whose height is greater than me. Yes, it satisfies. And he is saying, I am 7, there should be only one guy whose height is greater than or equal to 7, right? Still satisfies. So we are able to insert 4 people by satisfying all the conditions. Now let's go to 5 2. That means what he is saying is there should be only 2 people whose height is greater than or equal to 2. That means where should this guy go, right? He should go into the 3rd position, right? Now let's put him in the 3rd position. This is 1st position, 2nd position and 3rd position, right? Right. So now this guy is still able to satisfy the conditions, right? Now take the last person, right? He's saying I am 4, but there should be 4 people in front of me whose height is greater than or equal to 4, right? So obviously he should go into the 5th position because rest of them who are all there, they are already greater than his height, right? So he will be in the 4th position. So this is the answer that we want. If you compare, right? This is the answer that we want, right? So what we did is we tried to sort in the ascending order, but we hit the roadblock. Okay, where to actually put that person in the queue, right? So in order to solve that problem, what we did is we just reversed. Basically, instead of sorting ascending order, we sorted in the descending order of the heights, right? So if you go look back, right, 7, 6, 5, 4. So that's the descending order of the height, right? So that's the important information how to do the sorting, right? So if you sort in the ascending, there is some roadblocks and there probably needs more logic to be thought about if you use in the sorted ascending order. But if you sort in the descending order, we are able to come up with a solution in a pretty fast way, right? So the solution that I am going to show, or the code that I am going to show, will use the sorting in the descending order. That means this one. So the code does this one. Code has this one. Okay. So let me go look at the code first, right? So what I am calling is, there is n. So there are n people, I am saying, okay, total n people. That's what people.length. So I am picking up two lists. Okay. So for the purpose of storing the h and k, I have created a placeholder class, because these are not individual elements. What I am doing is, okay, store in a placeholder class, which I am calling it as a person. Okay, we will go and look at the person class just in a bit. And this is an answer array where each element in the list is an integer array. Of course, this integer array will be containing only two elements in it, right? So that elements are h and k, that's it. So now let's go and look at the person class, right? What is the placeholder class and how it is looking like? It will hold two pieces of information. What is that? The piece of information are height and k. K is the number of people, right? Let's go down and look at it, right? So this is the person. So it has height and people before me. That's what it is, right? So I have height h and I have some k number of people before me. So that's what it is. So I am assigning that. So I made this class to be implementing iComparable interface, right? So what that will do, since we have to sort these people in terms of their height and the number of people, that k, right? So I have this compare to method, which will take another person and try to compare with another person. If the heights are same, they will be sorted according to the number of people before them. If the heights are not same, they will be sorted according to their height, right? So that's what we discussed, right? First we are going to sort with their height. If the heights are same, we will use the number of people before me, that is k. So this is what we are using exactly. So that's what the sorting. So this person, I am implementing the iComparable interface, right? So now let's go back to the original code and then look at it. So we have these two lists where one is a list of persons and there is an answer list where we are going to return the answer, right? So now this one, the first for loop will be going through the all people and trying to build the list of persons, right? Trying to build the list of the persons. Now we have built, we are going to sort them, right? So when you sort, it is going to use iComparable.compare2 method in order to sort them. So the sort will be done based on the height and number of people before me. So now that we have sorted, so the sorted order is this, right? So from this we are coming up with this answer, right? Let's go look at how we are going to frame the answer. So what we said is I is equal to 0, I is less than n. So we are going through basically the list of persons. So we get the h and k from list now, not from the people, okay? So we have got the list and we sorted, we are looking into the lists content. So if the number of people, that is k, is greater than or equal to the answer count, so answer will be initially empty, right? That's what we initially started, right? So this list was empty when we started, but we kept on filling this list while going through the sorted elements, right? So in the same way we are going to do. So slightly different logic. So if number of people is greater than or equal to the answer list, right? So initially the answer list will be empty, right? So if the number of people is greater than me, right, then what we are going to do is we just simply append to the list. Otherwise, we insert the person at that corresponding position. That position is k, right? So this is what the logic that we are going to use, right? So this is a insertion in the list, right? So let's go back and try to understand through this code, right? We said if there are number of people, the list count is greater than, so if k is greater than or equal to the list count, then that means this person is coming at the end of the list, as simple as that, because the number of people is k, represented by k, is greater than the current answer list count. That's why he should be put at the end of the list, right? That's what we are doing. When we say list.add, it actually puts to the end of the list. So this will be end of the list, right? And otherwise, now that means I know how many people should be before me, right? So you go put in at that position, right? Insert at that position. That's it, right? Since these heights are sorted in the descending order, this insertion will not do any harm for the things that you have already inserted into the list. And finally, since we are putting the things into a list, we convert that into the to array and return it, right? So now let's go ahead and look at the time and space complexity for this. Time and space. So we said there are n people, right? And we are going through the n people array and building the list. So how much time it will take? Order of n, right? Plus we are trying to sort. Any sorting would take order of n log n, right? And then we are going through again that full list and trying to build the answer list. So how much time it is going to take? Order of n, right? So the total complexity for this particular algorithm will be order of 2n plus n log n. But when you compare with order of n log n, 2n will be much smaller. So the overall complexity we are going to say is order of n log n, right? N log n is the total complexity for time. So let's go ahead and look at the space complexity for this. So how much space are we using? Are we using any extra space? Yes. So this 2 pieces of extra space we are using. So this is the answer anyway we need to use, right? Because we need to return something, right? That is the returning a 2-dimensional array. So we cannot get away with that. So this will be equal to the length of the people that are given. That what is the length of the people? N. So here this is a temporary list. So this is order of n, this is order of n, right? So apart from that, are we using any extra space? No. So that means order of n plus order of n. So that will be order of 2n. Since big O notation, we discard the constants, the time complexity will be, space complexity will be order of n. So this algorithm will be, is of order of n space and order of n log n time complexity algorithm, okay? If you have any further questions, please post them in the comment section below this video. If you have, I will get back to you as soon as I can. I have posted this code to the GitHub repository. You can find the link in the description section below this video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please go ahead and subscribe and share among your friends as much as you can. Please click on the bell icon so that you will be notified about all my future videos. Thank you for watching. I will be back with another video very soon. Till then, stay safe and goodbye.